Welcome to the Blessed by Angels podcast. My name is Jen Gilbreth. Ever since I was a little girl, I have felt deeply connected to the angelic realm. Over the years, I have dedicated my time and energy towards delivering messages from beyond. Yes, that's right. I talk to dead people, although I don't necessarily consider them dead. In many ways, they are much more alive than us in this physical realm. On this podcast, I will be channeling messages from Spirit. Whether you tune in each week for the new messages or feel like picking a message at random, this podcast is designed for Spirit to lead you to the messages for you here and now. These messages have changed the way I view and play in life. I hope that these messages can do the same for you. So, having that been said, if not who, then you. If not now, then when? So, that's just something to think about. And maybe as I'm jumping into readings, I like to say that readings can be for everybody, not just one individual person, because yes, it can be, but it's also about the messages being delivered can be for everybody if that feels like it resonates with you. So, having that been said, beautiful. I'm just looking over these. Oh, thank you, everybody, for joining in. Hi, honey. Perfect. Okay, so let's get going. Let's see who's all here. I'm gonna get my handy dandy notebook and let's get comfortable. Calling upon our ancestors to be here. I do feel like we're going to walk the line of if not who, then you, if not now, then when. That feels very significant right now. So I'm just opening up my paper. It's kind of funny because in order to open up for sessions, I always have this kind of like a sigil or like a portal that I write down that opens up the connection here. And it's so interesting because it's hard for me to start channeling if I don't open it up. And it's like that. So, this whole notebook is full of sessions and it's just, all of them are everywhere. I love it. It's so fun. Okay, so let's dive in. I want to make sure that I have people who are on. If you are open for a reading, go ahead and type in the comments. Maybe a 1 or a 2 or even maybe your favorite emoji. And once I have you kind of in the comments, I will get started. I want to make sure that you're here live and active for those who are joining in today. Okay, Megan. All right, Megan, let's start with you. So I would just invite you to take a couple deep breaths in again, placing your hand on your heart. It feels like we're connected and bringing other people, but it feels perfect. Okay, we'll start with Megan and we'll just kind of go down the line. I'm so excited. Okay, Megan. It's really beautiful because I'm actually seeing a lot of support on your mom's side of the family. And I'm actually seeing the third generation back. So this would be you, mom, grandma, great-grandma. It's like I see her jumping up and down, holding her hand up. And it's so beautiful because I see her coming forward and first of all, her acknowledging that having emotions don't have to be a bad thing. In fact, it's like the magic sauce to life, but it can feel, it feels like there are waves where it's almost like I have to keep my emotions in check, or I I have to like almost like this numbing or this fear of emotions, and it feels like she's really connected to that, where maybe when she wanted to speak or she wanted to share her authentic soul space, it almost felt like she didn't know how to overcome the emotions so that she could share and she could talk. And I see her just blessing the path before you and letting you know that she is here to act as almost like a sponge to soak up any of those emotions that hold back from being able to honor who you truly are. And along with that, it's like I see her turn into this bear. And this navy, it was like this dark blue, like a teal blue, almost like in Brave when she's following the blue wisps. And it's like I just see her promising that as you follow the wisps, as you follow those little guidance points inside of you, that you're never going to go astray. But not only that, she's here to be that sponge to wipe up or soak up any excess emotions that maybe come from the line that are not serving you or holding you back from being who you are. And it also feels like there's something with hormones and you helping others, you helping women. A lot of times people who, are going through postpartum or even just this bout of depression, their emotions can feel such a burden. And it feels like she's just blessing you with these herbs as well as a way and as a knowledge to help you embrace the fact that you are here to help others navigate and move through emotion. And she says it's a gift that's been passed down the lineage, but a lot of times we've been afraid to step into that or to move forward or to hold into that space. And so I just see her wanting to be here with you, letting you know that she's around, she's supportive, she's here as your sponge. You have this beautiful bear and this teal blue wisps to follow in your mind, in your dreams, in your visions. And also you have a lot of major goals that you have always wanted to be connected to and to share and to honor. And I just see her saying like dream big, because that's how we can really get outside of our own bubble, get outside of ourselves. And I don't know, I just see her wanting to bless that path with you and let you know that she's here to support you, to walk the path, and to be really connected to you. I've always felt connected with my great grandmother. This really resonates. Oh, good, I'm so glad. Well, she is here, all there with you, to be a deep connection, to be a voice, and just to know that, your emotions are such a gift to the world, and helping others embrace their emotions and feel the feels, but also to have something in place to help them heal and to navigate and to grow and to move forward feels like something that she is here and ready to create with you. So, of course, if you so choose to. She just wants you to know that. And the other thing that's coming in is I'm asking for some signs, and I see her showing up in like brown feathers. It's funny because it's like she's bridging the bear, but also like a hawk. It's like almost like a lot of times we think of a hawk as like this kind of more of a masculine bird, but she's here as this reminder, this reminder that you have great male support on the other side as well. A lot of times we think of the feminine and we lean upon the feminine, but it's also a reminder that both are needed, and you have both all around you at all times to connect into. And it just feels like there's also this reckoning of bridging those two together and being in support of that. So I don't know, I hope that all makes sense to you, but that's what she's coming forward with quickly to just acknowledge and to let you know. So keep your eye out for a hawk, a bear, bears anywhere. You go to the store and see a big brown bear. And that color teal just lacing everything going on right now. She's just here to offer that support and strength and letting you know that you're loved and heard and appreciated and important, and you have big purpose. And so don't give up, keep going. She's here to be with you. So thank you, Megan. That is wonderful. Thank you. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining in. Okay, moving forward. I'm going down the list here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, Mallory. Ooh. Immediately as I'm stepping into your space, Mallory, hope you're still here. Um, oh my goodness. There is a lot. There is just a lot of this creation energy around you right now. And honestly, I'm really being drawn into your dad's side of the family. Um, we're kind of just doing general readings in this sense, but it just feels like um, on your dad's side of the family, where would this be? Here's you, here's dad. Interesting. Okay, so Mallory, I'm connecting into your dad's side, and then I'm connecting into your dad's mom's dad. I hope that makes sense. So here you are, then there's your dad, then there's your dad's mom, so your grandma. So it's your grandma's dad on your dad's side. But it feels like with your new little baby, I just wrote Willie, I don't know why. Will, he, I feel like they have a definite soul to soul connection. And it also feels like him coming into the world and him being so connected to your little one is to also, like, I see him like blessing his path, like putting like this star seed, like the stardust of him, like this on his forehead, um, as a way of bridging a healthy balance between being in the spirit realm and being in the physical realm. And how else do I word that? Um, it just feels like everything you've gone through in the past 2 years of unleashing, unraveling, letting go, and redefining has been a stepping stone for this little guy to come. Of course, for all your family, but this grandpa's coming in to show this really deep connection with Will, um, and also letting you know that you have what it takes to be the mom that you really desire in the world. And I just see him stepping forward with such pride in letting you know that your heart's desires are heard and are acknowledged. And a lot of times too it can be, I see him showing you like laying in bed at night and just having all of this inspiration or things that you want to do or try or experience, and I just see him laughing because it seems like for him he had a lot of ideas but didn't always put them into place, because he had a lot of responsibility. And I see him kind of showing up more in a serious way, having to navigate life a little more serious. And I just see him like taking a hammer and like slashing the wood, like slashing the bricks, that life doesn't have to be so serious. And I just see him really stepping forward to say how proud he is of the individual that you're becoming. And I see him just to say, take a beat, remember that these moments in life are short. And not only that, you can accomplish everything that you want. And so he says it's okay to go to bed at night and have a refreshed outlook the next day. And maybe just have a notepad and just take some notes or some ideas of things that you want to do, because it says you are very determined, very, very set. I'm like, okay, these are my ideas, but there's this balance of pushing against the grain and going with the grain. And I see him saying that there's been a lot of this. I have all these ambitions, and yet I still want to have this slow lifestyle of me being me, but also sharing my voice and who I am. And so I just see him saying that your voice is very valuable and you have so much to share, and who you are impacts the world. So never discredit yourself or count yourself short, and just do what you can, because these little kids are here for a short time, not they're meaning they're going to pass away, but their time in this little tiny body is so short before they continue to grow. And so I just see him saying that he's so proud of the determination and the drive, but also the surrender and flow that you really are focusing in on. And so I just see him saying, "Keep going, kiddo." Like this energy of support and love, and there's a lot to learn from this little baby. Even when, when you're nursing or holding him, it just feels like even noticing him channeling in this information for you. Kind of just like naturally, like when you're naturally feeding. It's like this natural flow that's coming out and coming through you and to you and for you. And I just see him saying it's a beautiful reminder that you truly are connected in all that you do. And he's so proud of who you are, and he's so proud to watch this little guy grow and to provide protection um, for the adventures that you all will have. And so I just see him go like this once again with this, it's like just the stardust of him, like blessing the path, and him saying that his life doesn't have to be a reflection of your guys' life and connection, but he's here as a support to walk the path with you and to bless the way. So I hope that makes sense now. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments here before I get going on somebody else. It's just kind of fun to see what they bring forward. And creation is so powerful, and that's part of what you came here to accomplish. And so if you're feeling a lack of excitement in life, maybe it's an invitation to look at where there's a lack of creation. Because creation like sets your soul on fire, and it's part of the joy and the journey of who you are. And it's like, what do I want to create today? And what do my kids want to create today? And what do me and my husband want to create? And then it's just moving forward in those ways. He's totally here to help manifest your creations. Very much so. So, anyways, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that makes sense. I am floored with emotion of how impactful this is. Oh, thank you so much. That I'm so honored. So thank you for that. That means a lot to me. And yeah, you're doing great. So keep going. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I have moving on. Katie. Katie, are you still here? You're welcome though. Hello, Crystal. I will get to you. I miss you and I seriously love you. Seriously, what a gift. Thank you so, so much. Okay, yeah, let's see here. Katie. Katie, are you still on? I want to make sure you're still here. It says I'm having some technical difficulties. I hope that's not happening. Okay, Katie, let's dive in. Ooh, okay. Sunflowers, following the light, and okay, sunflowers, following the light, and forgiveness. Those are the three things popping up right now. So let me just sit into that a little bit more. I invite you to place your hand on your heart, connecting into your center. Okay, I don't know if this is connecting into your mom, but I'm seeing the bubble highlighted for where your mom is at. And then grandma on mom's side as well. But it feels like there is this this energy of forgiveness that is wanting to come forward, and this is forgiving the self and for others around. I don't know if it's something that you've been focusing on, but it feels like there's this energy coming into your space of accepting forgiveness and really forgiving yourself. It feels like there's a lot of energy connecting, and it's like really honing in on your mom's circle here. that there are going to be waves and emotions of acceptance, of love, of curiosity, of joy, and then there's also going to be those times of devastation and hard-headedness and a sense of letdown and maybe betrayal in some ways. And so I just keep seeing this whole lining of forgiveness showing up as the symbol of a sunflower. Because if you think about sunflowers, right, they open up, but they follow the sun. It's like throughout the day, they're continuously moving to follow and to get the most sunlight. And I feel like this is very much so in comparison to the aspect of forgiveness is there's going to be different levels and spaces of forgiveness that open up inside. And maybe when there's times of this darkness or feeling unfulfilled in a way, it's like how can we open up our sunflowers to bring in the space of forgiveness, to bring in that light, to illuminate those dark times. And it's not like there's anything bad or wrong. It's part of this human journey and part of this experience that we're all here to accomplish and to fill and to be a part of. And I just see them adding a little extra, like when you have lemon bars and you put the powdered sugar on the top. It's like I see her sprinkling in just a little extra forgiveness and self love. I feel like there's a lot of being really hard on yourself, and I know a lot of women are like that in general. Humans in general are of like, oh, I'm not doing this right or this, or I can't figure out this, but it's this aspect of giving you permission to see that you are growing and those around you are growing. And if we think about it, and that aspect is we can welcome in growth and we can welcome in forgiveness and a sense of change and a sense of purpose. The analogy that's coming forward is how often when we have children or grandchildren that we celebrate their aspects of growth. We celebrate who they are and their major accomplishments. But then as we get older, we tend to just like stop celebrating growth and not even welcoming it at times. And so I just see them saying this is a time to celebrate and welcome in growth, adding in forgiveness to yourself, and knowing that others are also in the space of learning and growing and honing in just as you are, which is a beautiful reminder that we're all here to learn and to grow and to heal. And as we're constantly seeking that space of light to illuminate those dark aspects of us, it gives us a more profound sense of oneness, a more profound sense of being connected to the world and feeling happy and feeling fulfilled in life. And so I just see them wanting to just like put that powdered sugar in your space as a beautiful sense of purpose and passion and peace in your life. I don't remember the 3 words: sunflower, following the light, and forgiveness. Yeah, I hope that resonates with you, Katie. I know this is a short little message, but let me know if you have any thoughts or any questions about that in the comments. But it just feels like you're not alone in your aspect of forgiveness and self-love and determination. So don't forget that. While I'm waiting for some comments back, I'm just gonna. I have some sandalwood that sometimes I like to rub on my third eye. It almost acts as like an initiation to the galactic family, I feel. So I feel like whoever's coming in next, we're going to be connecting into the galactic. So it's funny because it's always this energy that comes forward here. Katie, thank you so much. You are very welcome. I hope that resonated and give you something, to think about in the process of what's coming forward. Okay, thank you. Trisha, are you still on? If you are, I would love to connect in with you and to bring in some messages here. Katie says it does. Awesome, thank you. Trisha, once again, I'm going to ask and see if you're still on. Okay, Trisha says, I'm still here. Okay. And just move some energy outside of me for a minute. just gonna have you place your hand on your heart if you would with me, and just take a couple deep breaths. I'm feeling a lot of tension in my body. It almost feels like maybe inflammation or just feeling like so much going on here in the body. And let's see here. Just trying to almost move a little bit more. I don't know if you've been feeling more dense or more like just more dense here. But it feels like the importance of moving. And I'm feeling a lot in my hips too right now, which I feel like sometimes when we have a lot of stuff going on, or we're feeling a little bit more dense, which is fine. We all feel dense. I mean, coming into this human journey, like our spirit before we come here is like this infinite source of like light, expansion, of growth. And then we drop into this meat suit, which is very dense. And it's not like we can, yes, we can stretch, but it's not like we can grow to the capacity that we truly are. And so I feel like this energy of helping bring a lightness back into the body, into the hips. A lot of times hips is connecting into maybe womb trauma or womb, a lot of stuff going on, maybe generational in the womb. But it's kind of interesting too, because as I'm connecting into this space, I just want to keep doing light code language, which is really connecting into the galactic family of helping us hone in and to release any of the heavy coding or any of that stuff that no longer is serving. But it feels like there's this mission coming in, like this transmission coming forward from, I don't even know if you believe in the galactic. I'm a believer, and they're just this open up to the galaxy, opening up to the star system is popping in. I don't know if you've done anything with human design. Maybe that's something to look into too. But it's like this opening into the stars, and it's like this funnel coming in, directly to your womb area, your creation space here. And it feels like I'm just seeing all these stars trickling down to almost help push out any trauma, any heaviness, any worry, any density that comes with the body. And that can also be a loss, when we lose people that we love, and we lose animals, when there's a sense of loss or a sense of lack, it can create stagnant, stuck, energy blocks, especially in the pelvic area. And so I just see them coming in and wanting to clear out any of that stress. And that can also be maybe if the cycle is going away, or if it hasn't come in a while, or if there's inconsistency or a lot of pain in the pelvic area. They're also bringing in the aspect that so many women now have PCOS, which affects so much of life, and experiencing pleasure and joy, and there's just so much in that space. And so I just see them asking you to, even as you go to bed at night, even envisioning you having this angel surgical team to help release, or to chip away if there's anything that doesn't serve you in your hips, so that you can move forward and find passion. And I feel moving my body to sit with that energy is having passion, and feeling connected, and giving yourself permission to have full authentic pleasure in the body, and knowing that it's not unholy. That part of you coming into this physical world was to experience the body, and was to experience this flow that can come with it. And I just see this angel team here adding in extra star beings, star lights into this area, into the pelvis area, and them activating that as you sleep, releasing anything that can be holding on. And that doesn't mean it's just yours. That also means it's connecting into the ancestral realm. And maybe it's also coming in from your mom's line, coming in from your mom, and seeing how she's experienced her own, her own birth stories, and what she experienced giving birth. Maybe that's something to ask, is how was those times, and what did that feel like? What did that look like? How did you experience it? Because there's a lot of coding that's in that area that has been generationally there. And a lot of women have this. And I see them just like honing in and like adding extra starlights, like I said, to move that energy forward. And knowing that you are so much more than your physical body. You are a galactic being dropping into this physical world to have this dense human experience. And it's beautiful and it's sacred and it's holy all in of itself. Something to just think about. And it's cute because I'm seeing like this white horse, almost like Pegasus, like flying around in this vortex here. And we think like, okay, that's not realistic, but it's almost like this reminder that magic is possible. And it's exciting to be in this space now, Trisha says. I've had a few miscarriages in the last 6 months, and I'm 8 weeks pregnant now. I'm struggling with a bit of anxiety and having a lot of pain in my pelvis, so this is really hitting home for me. Oh, beautiful. I'm so sorry you've been going through so much, but I'm so grateful that this is coming forward in the way that it is. And really, it's just like when we're bringing in this light code, let's just like tap it out of the system, clear it out. There's a really beautiful girl. Her name is Z from Earth Star Academy. She does like galactic shamanism. And she has this beautiful meditation on her YouTube channel where she does like womb healing and clearing and reconnection. And for some reason, I feel like that might hit home with you. So that's Earth Star Academy on YouTube. She's got amazing stuff, but she has a womb healing energy thing with it too. So the other thing that's coming in, once again, is this Hercules, is Pegasus. And I feel like this is a sign of magic and wonder and things to look forward to. It's like that childhood, you know, when you watch Hercules and Pegasus comes in, it is always that trusted horse that's going to be there and hone in and to be there and support. I just think that knowing that you have this white gallant horse to be there with you, to welcome in this space, but like I see this star being, this star vortex coming in, to be there to clear out anything. So call upon your angel team to just like help make sure everything is setting up in your body the right way. It just feels very aligned and very supported right now. So thank you, thank you. And I think it's also, as you're saying, I'm struggling with a bit of anxiety with it all, is just inviting you into the space of the white horse, the Pegasus, the wonder that comes into play, because it's so here for you, 100% all the way, just to ignite this sense of faith and wonder and courage and magic back in, especially when you have gone through so many miscarriages like you just mentioned. So hold on to the light and just know that, you know, there's a lot of support that you have literally from the galactic realm to help you with this healing of the pelvis and the womb energy and everything like that. So thank you. Trisha, do you have any more questions about that? I wanted to just take a minute and ask you if there's anything else that's sticking out for you. I feel hopeful for you, for sure. That's really amazing. Just sitting in that for a minute, see if there's anything else that pops up for you. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, and I'm excited to see and to just see how everything plays out for you. But yeah, check out Earth Star Academy. She's amazing. And she's very connected to the galactic. And I don't know if you're into that yet, but it feels like maybe, you know, this baby coming or whatever that looks like is also very aligned in the star system. But there's definitely the galactic showing up for you today to bring in healing and support and a message of peace as well. So thank you, Trisha. I'm so honored to have you on here. And I'm sending so much love and healing to your womb. As funny as that sounds, it's not. It's beautiful and it's part of this human journey. And so, sending so much love and light into that area for you, and into your heart, and into your faith and your trust, and the wounding that you have experienced. So much love sent to you in that space as well. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Let's move forward. I'm thinking about we'll do Penny and Jasmine and Crystal, and then we'll probably close up. We've been going for a while, and I'm so excited to be here. So thank you. Miss Penny, are you still on live? Do I got you live, Penny? Just make sure you got a comment in the section here, Penny. Let me know if you're still here. Or Crystal or Jasmine. I just want to know if any of you three are still here on the call. I know I've been going for a little while. So any of you three or whoever else is on who would like a reading, feel free to just type in an emoji or anything like that to let me know that you're here and that you are ready for a session. Okay, awesome. Penny, I'm going to jump in with you, and then Jazz, I'll connect in with you as well. So Penny, I'd like to invite you. I got myself one of these. I always make fun of people that have these because it's such a fad. And I was like, I'm going to be different. I'm not going to do that. And then I got this as a gift from one of my herb ladies that I absolutely adore. So here I am. Rocking the big old cup. Yep, we are all here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. All right, Penny, let's just connect in here. Oh, that was funny. I felt like all of a sudden that necklace was too heavy on my body. Like, oh, gotta take that off. Okay, I'm just gonna take a minute here. I got some lime essential oil, which Ash said, love the cup. Lime is really good for cleansing and clearing. So I'm just breathing it in. I think I've sent you some lime, Penny. And as I'm doing this, it's almost like this space of, as I'm breathing it in, I'm just noticing it clearing up any of my self-doubt, any questions, any thoughts, and it feels very connected to being stuck in the mind a lot and questioning, and almost like questioning to the point where it's paralyzing. Where it's like, can I trust this? Can I trust this guidance? What about this information and this? And it feels like as I'm breathing in this lime, I'm like here to like release any extra thoughts that are like holding you back from having connection to the other side. I am connected. I trust my intuition. And I am safe. I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. I don't know why this horse is coming up again, but it's, honestly, I'm connecting in like to your biological dad side of the family. But when I'm honing into that line, I'm just like seeing this beautiful brown horse, and I'm like seeing a child learning to ride the horse bareback without the saddle. And it's almost like having the saddle is a sense of protection, and feeling confident with riding in the saddle and this horse, being very protected. And then it feels like there's this leveling, this next phase of leveling that's like taking off the saddle to ride bareback on this horse. And it feels like as this child is learning, it almost can feel super tense and stressed and worried and unheard of and just like this hesitation. And it's really beautiful because it feels like maybe this is kind of significant where you're at in life too, especially coming in from the biological side of the family, is it feels like these limitations. And it almost feels like this energy of like, I no longer want to live life in this way. Like the patterning, the mental thoughts, how things have been showing up just aren't working for me anymore. And in fact, it's making me feel less alive. Like it makes me feel like I don't necessarily have determination to keep going in life. Um, and it feels like this invitation to ride bareback on the horse. And in the process of it, it's like I see this child getting more comfortable, like knowing, okay, I'm not going to fall off. And in fact, starting to gallop with the horse and opening the arms to trust. Like I see this little kid on this horse, like the horse running, and the kid is just trusting, like trusting the horse, trusting that they're not going to fall or be let down. And I feel like there maybe could be a lot of this going on in life right now that your team wants to bring forward for you on the other side, is that it's okay to trust your intuition and to trust that this horse or your intuition, your connection to the divine, your connection to God, whether it be rocky or whether it be a space of uncertainty, or maybe there's a strong connection showing up right now. Just knowing that you're not going to falter or fall. And it's almost like this aspect of surrendering and opening your arms to trust your intuition, to trust that what you're experiencing is valid and that you can have connection, that you can say, hey, I would love to see, maybe you want to see a whale. I would love to see a whale this week to let me know that you're here. And instead of like going around seeking for the whale, it's just saying it will come to me. And going about your days and just notice if that shows up for you as a way of letting you know that you are a powerful creator, that you are part of this divine connection to the other side. It doesn't have to hold you back from your self-expression, from who it is that you are in the world. Because really you have this unique, beautiful experience in life that, a lot of people would think, wow, that's a lot to go through. And she's really brave for continuing on and navigating and finding joy in the moment. Absolutely, 100%. But it feels like this leveling up of trusting yourself, of trusting who you are, that everything is working out for your good. And I just see on this biological dad side of the family this support honing in to let you know that you're not alone, and also that there is a lot of this lack of toxicity of trusting that is like laced in that side of the family. And they're here to push you into a space of surrender and trust. And they want you to know that they're here to support you in every aspect of life. So it's just this freedom to ride the horse bareback, to trust in yourself and to know that it can be fun and easy and it doesn't have to be so hard and so serious. It's something that keeps coming forward. Does that make sense with you, Penny? It feels important to go outside, putting your feet in the water or the ocean or a river, and just saying a prayer of gratitude, of surrendering maybe past experiences, past questions, to just allow it to move forward and to push it down. Where we started, I wrote down on my paper, I am safe, and you answered it. Beautiful. Because you are safe, and your connection to the divine is naturally who you are, and it's who you will always be. It's this illusion that we are disconnected. And really, we get so worried about connecting into our ancestors or having divine spiritual connection is like a form of witchery or black magic or sorcery, when in reality, the the thought that we are disconnected is that lack of, it's that sorcery, it's that black magic, it's that heaviness that, we get it so twisted at times, like, oh, I can't have connection, that's not safe, it's not sacred, it's not holy, when in reality that's who we innately are. And feeling separated, well, that's all we come here to all learn that. It's part of this illusion that holds us back. So stepping into that birthright, stepping into that sovereignty of who your soul truly is such a powerful reminder that you are creator and you are connected to God. You are one in that essence, and you can trust yourself. And it's important to know that you are safe to do so, like you said in the comment. And really, it's like, I am safe, I am loved, I am secure, I am connected, I trust myself, and moving forward in that direction. Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Penny. I always love connecting in and sharing with you. I hope that makes sense. And just knowing that you are safe and protected at all times. Perfect. Okay. Doesn't look like Jasmine is here any longer. Jasmine, are you on? Or Crystal, are you here too? Would love to do a little reading for you, Crystal, if you are on and available. Penny says thank you. You're very welcome. Oh, Jasmine's here. Okay, for some reason the green bubble's not there. Sorry, Jazz. Beautiful. Let's connect in with Jasmine. And then if Crystal is here, we'll close up at about an hour. So at about 11, we will close up. This has been so fun. I always get worried to do readings online, just like readings like this, because it just feels like so vulnerable to be like, hey y'all, let's connect in and talk to the spirit realm. But you know what? It's time to shift and to move. I did this meditation today where I was connecting into my ancestors on my Norwegian side. And I just felt like this surge of it's time to step up and to share and to speak and to move. And literally, I was like gagging and throwing up. Like I felt like I needed to like throw up all of this extra energy of like keeping quiet, like generations of like stuck. And I literally have this garbage right by me that I was like trying to get rid of this ancestral blockage that was coming up, and it was an intense yet very beautiful experience, but it was very palpable, and that just kind of shows that we do have these things that are very palpable in our space, that hold us back in life, that hold us back from honoring who we truly are, and that divine space within us that can be our own demise, but also ancestrally as well. So anyways, it was a beautiful and a very intense experience. So anyways, don't worry, Crystal and Jazz will get to you. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Okay, Jasmine. I'm seeing the number 4. How many kids do you have? I don't know why, but I'm seeing the number 4, and then I'm like connecting into children. Question mark? Don't know about that. Okay, moving forward. I don't have any. No children. I don't know why that's popping up for me. Katie says, thank you for these mini readings. Always helpful and perfect timing in my life. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Okay, Jasmine. let's connect in, and it's interesting because I'm connecting into the throat, which is funny because I was just talking about that, but I feel a lot of acid reflux. Um, like this burning in my heart, burning in my chest, and my throat. um, so let me just sit into that and get some information about that here. Okay. It feels important to know that your voice has value. Um, and I don't know if there's been a lot of, in life, you having to shut down or you not being able to express yourself, or maybe when you have expressed yourself, feeling like there's been a lot of deep wounding that has come forward. But it feels like this energy coming in, and I'm trying to see where that's connecting into, because I'm also like seeing a dragonfly come by. And a dragonfly is so interesting because, I mean, when I think of one, I think of when I was little, and I was always taught, oh, you better be careful, the dragonflies will sew your mouth shut. Like this leer, like this, like, oh, they're so scary, but they're not going to sew your mouth shut. But it's like that childhood remembrance of being afraid of dragonflies. And it feels like this dragonfly is coming forward today to also show you this acknowledgement of maybe your voice, of maybe your voice not having opinion, or not feeling like it's safe to share your opinion, or to healthily have a sense of sharing, and even getting up and talking about who you are. And in this energy, it just feels like this remembrance that your voice is powerful, and that through sharing and speaking your voice is where a lot of the answers that you're seeking will come from. And a lot of times we look at others and what they're saying and what they're sharing to bring in validation. But really, it feels like this door opening and this invitation of having answers come through your voice. And whether that be podcasting, or even just going in your room by yourself and talking to yourself, talking out loud, it feels like there's this significant call to embracing that, to embracing your voice and the power and the beauty that it holds, and knowing that you can say whatever the heck you want to say. And you don't have to be filtered by other people's perceptions or past experiences, or who you are, what you've been raised to say. Like, what does your soul authentically want to say, and what does it want to share? Because there feels like there's this lack of communication, lack of conversation, and a lack of being able to go to those intimate spaces that your soul so desperately desires. It's all through the power of the voice, whether it be singing, humming, breath work. There's this energy of, I want to share what I came here to, because your soul is so powerful. Your soul came here to share deep, innate wisdom, deep, deep wisdom. But it feels like it can be easy to get sidetracked and all the other things that's like, oh, one day I'll get to that. One day I'll step into that space, or one day I'll explore that as an option. But this is the time. This is the time to share and to release any of those blockages that might be holding you back. And it's uncomfortable at first, but it feels like this reckoning to go deeper, to share more. And as you share more, you begin to channel. You begin to share and to channel these messages that are you, that are for your learning, and for this deep sense of perfection, of just being a soul here in this physical world. It's such a gift. So that's a big thing right now that's coming forward, is this connection of the voice. And I'm trying to connect it to see where this is coming from, but honestly, it feels like it's coming from above, which typically is like, I have the body, then I have the ancestral realm, our loved ones, then the ancestral, then above, like our higher self, and it just feels like this popping in up here of like re-reminding you of your soul's purpose and mission is to share your voice and to speak and to know that it's safe and it's welcomed. And I keep doing this infinity sign on my throat to open up the way. And maybe it's like literally like getting rid of, ridding yourself of those blocks that hold you back. And just also lovingly embracing your voice is because we can be so harsh on ourselves, and it feels like the aspect of lovingly embracing your throat and your voice and honoring who you are is such a beautiful experience, such a beautiful wisdom that is just like seeking this energy coming in. It's the dragonfly showing up to bring magic and wonder and excitement for life and for your voice, and also courage and strength. To just love who you are, love your voice, love how your voice sounds. Notice when you feel like there's a frog in your voice holding you back, or when you want to share something and you bite your tongue. And maybe it's even starting with automatic writing or journaling or just going off on your own and sharing your thoughts. It's just getting in the flow of opening up your voice will bring power and wisdom and a reconnection to who you truly are. Is there anything else? I see this dragonfly landing on your throat to open up this space of magic and wonder and trust. And I don't know why the number 4 was coming up, but maybe that's an angel number to look at. Or maybe you'll start seeing 444 or 44 or whatever that is around you. But there's something significant with the number 4 showing up as well. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll close up today with our last reading, that being Crystal. My girl Crystal, are you here? Yes, you are. I can see your little green bubble. Crystal actually designs some amazing, amazing stuff. I have always been scared to share my voice. I will look into the number 4. Thank you. Perfect. It's time. It's time, it's time to share, to sing to the world. Because your voice is powerful. Absolutely. Yes. Check up the number 4 too. See how that resonates with you. Thank you, Jasmine, for allowing me into your space. I know it's vulnerable, and I can feel the tenderness that you hold. And so I want you to know that I respect you and hold sacred space for your journey as well. So thank you. All right, my homegirl Crystal. Let's dive in. Bees. I don't know why, but I'm seeing bees, and then I'm seeing some like a baseball and a baseball bat. Are your boys starting baseball? It's funny because it's so interesting because Levi is always there with you. Levi was a nephew, for those who are still listening. More like a brother, cousin, more like a brother, a son, all the things together, all mixed in one. But for some reason, I'm seeing baseball and a baseball bat. And then I see like people in the stands cheering. Interesting. I don't know what this would be. Let me connect in a little bit more. Oh, we just finished baseball. Okay. Because it feels like, let me hone in a little bit. Have a hot dog for me. Okay, this is definitely Levi. But I see him laughing and him jumping up and down and like him being the ultimate fan, like the ultimate fan club. Like I could see him wearing T-shirts that say the boys' names and cheering and all these things. Like I just see him so so a part of everything. And even the energy of like have a hot dog for me, like celebrating July. And I feel like this month was maybe one of his favorite months of the whole year, where it was like going to the lake, going outside, games, having good food, having barbecues, having good drinks. Like it felt like this this month of relaxation and rest and connection and excitement. And so I just keep hearing him say like have a hot dog for me and just like laughing about it. And then I'm like seeing, like the little tiny kid bags of chips. I see him like holding one and being like, throwing it out, and then bringing in this big bag of Doritos. Like, this is what I'm eating. Like, this energy of play. Like, who needs a little bag when you got the big old bag? Like, just um, this really playful and fun energy. And I just see him still reminding you that he's there at all times and is a part of the journey. And you know that, but I just see him wanting to remind you. And there's something with hot dogs I don't understand, but he keeps talking about the smell of hot dogs and putting all the condiments on. And there's something there with that he's making a lighthearted joke about. And also the smell of hot dogs is just like the smell of freedom. He's like, it's the smell of freedom. And it's just very playful in that space. Um, have you been getting headaches recently? Because all of a sudden I'm getting this pressure headache in my head. Um, what is this connected to? I don't know what this is connecting into. Also, the invitation of rest. With so much of the should do, all the things that can happen, I think that he's also reminding you that it's okay to rest in these times too. Like it's easy to stay busy, but as much as there's a list of things to do, it's also important to take time to rest and rejuvenate who you are. And he's talking about the bees again. Honeybees, how they're constantly working and having so much going on that it can give us stress or it can pull us away from being in the magic of the moment, having some stress. Okay. Because it's almost like I see him pulling back and like looking at the hive and seeing that everything always works out for the benefit of the queen bee. And I just see him connecting in, saying that everything is working for the benefit of you. But it's also okay to let go of the reins of some things and to almost make a list of like what is the most important, because we can get full of life with a bunch of busy work, a bunch of busy things that might not really be as, like, if you sit at the core of it, they might not be as fulfilling as you would hope for them to be. And so it's really like this invitation to prioritize all of the hustle and bustle and all of the stress going on to see what actually matters and what's making a difference for you and your family. It's those things that are the most important to you right now. And it's almost just like an invitation to reprioritize those things that matter most. And we get like that, that's part of life, is we can get in the checklist of all the things to do that we forget about being and being in the moment. And so I just see him, reminding you that, if you're so busy, you might miss a turn, or if people aren't in the moment or they have so much of a checklist going on, it's easier to get in an accident. Not fully being aware of those things that matter most in life. And so I just see him not like chastising you at all, but just reflecting and reminding you to reprioritize those things that make the most difference for who it is that you are, along with rest, giving yourself space to rest, and hot dogs is a big thing. I don't know why. It's a big thing. Thank you for tuning in to the Blessed by Angels podcast. It is such an honor to deliver these messages from beyond. If you want to connect deeper to your angelic realm and the support team that you have, I have a plethora of resources on my website at blessedbyangels.org. And of course, I'll leave the link in the show notes. You are connected to the divine. Having divine connection is an innate ability that each and every one of us have. Before we came here, we were spirit. And after we leave this realm, we are introduced back into the spirit world. So having spirit-to-spirit conversations and knowings and understandings are innately and infinitely who you truly are. When we step into this body, we tend to forget. We are not separated from the divine. There is just a lack of remembrance. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast, and I look forward to delivering more messages from beyond.